I have a secret to tell you. In 2007, Danny Boyle released the film 28 Weeks Later. At the time, he thought the sequel would be titled 28 Months Later, but one boy in Columbia, Maryland would grow to love 28 Weeks Later, stating that it was in fact his favorite zombie movie. Danny Boyle was charmed. He believed now that the next sequel would be about that boy, but months wouldn't cut it, so he waited 18 years until the year of our Lord 2025 when that boy would turn 28 to release his film 28 years later. And here we are today. I am 28 now. Thanks, Danny Boyle. So, I guess I got questions from 27-year-old me.
28-year-old me, I got a question.
Oh, okay, 25-year-old me. I guess we can start with you. Don't know where 27-year-old me is, but what do you got for me?
Would you consider yourself very different from 25-year-old you, or even 26, 27-year-old you?
Am I different? Yeah, I'd say that 25 and 26 especially, those 2 years, you grow a lot. There is a lot of change that you make. I kind of feel that 24 was the start of like me feeling self-aware enough to realize that I need to change myself, that life isn't going to change me. I mean, life is always going to be happening, and oh boy, does 27-year-old me experience that for sure. But overall, it is just adapting with the times and making the changes that you want to make before life changes you. You got a lot going on, 25-year-old me, and I would say that, yeah, I am quite different from you in the way that I am comfortable with not being comfortable, if that makes sense. You just adapt. All right, thank you, 25-year-old me. Now, let's get... Oh, shit!
Get it? Because 28 years later.
Yeah, yes, I get it. In fact, you don't even realize that there's going to be a movie that comes out.
Yeah, it's a dumb joke. Questions for 28-year-old me. First question, how's Leo?
I love that you asked about Leo. First, I'm going to go get him. He's on the bed. Oh, and make sure you get your Leo.
Let me go get him. He's a little pissed at me because I was holding him recently and he's skirted all around the place.
Here he is. My mic might be muffled because of all this fluff.
Hello, older Leo. Say hi to yourself. Hello. Say hi.
Leo's doing great. He's so clingy.
Leo's been through a lot, actually, this past year. He had 2 more teeth extracted, and he was diagnosed with stage 3 kidney failure. For a little bit there, I didn't know if I would have him much longer, but this boy's a fighter. He's a survivor, as you can see. And now his numbers are down to stage 1 kidney failure, and many cats live long lives with stage 1 kidney failure, so he's a tough boy.
He still doesn't like being picked up, though. Yep, okay.
You want me to put you down?
By the way, did you get Clementine?
I did not get Clementine. Clementine would have been my next cat, but I am still sticking with just Leo for now. Overall, I think just the way life has been happening, I want to just stay with having Leo and wait a little bit longer before I get another cat.
So, is this place feeling like your home yet? I just moved in, so it isn't there yet for me.
It definitely is. You just moved in, so of course you're not going to feel like it's your home at all. You feel pretty lost at the moment, but now, yeah, I've decorated it. This is definitely my home. And Leo loves this place. Oh my God,
Place is looking good. Looking slick, brother.
What?
Now on to other exciting developments that I plan on doing. How to go.
I have not made it yet, and I'm still going to be bleeping what you are asking about because I don't want people to know.
I literally just came up with the story, like officially, finally, the story that I like yesterday. So
that is scary that you said you just figured out the story yesterday because I have been rewriting it and I just kind of rewrote the script yesterday. So, life really is a circle sometimes.
Yeah, that ending, I hope that really gets people. It really messes with people because that's horror.
Oh yeah, that ending, it's gonna be a good one when I make it, and I will make it this year for sure.
Yeah. Now, piggybacking off of that question, film career, do you have a better picture of it now, a better future? Because this past year, I've had a lot of questions. I really feel a bit lost at times. I feel like I have the answers, especially when I was making The Noise Next Door. But, things happen. Life gets in the way. New doubts creep in. The expectations that you have end up twisting and going in a different direction, and it's hard to adapt to that. So now that you've made in my timeline.
It already has.
How are you feeling about it all?
Well, let's start with those expectations. I think a big thing that I've been learning lately is don't go in with expectations. The biggest lessons that I've been learning lately is to just trust my instincts. I can prepare myself for whatever I'm about to do, whatever project, whatever, anything that is giving me anxiety. I will think about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to be able to accomplish it, but I tend to overthink myself, and I will overthink into a spiral, and I end up psyching myself out. Really, it's just the day of is when things actually happen, and so all you can really do is just prepare yourself for your instincts to take over. And I got good instincts. That's the thing that I've learned. I have been assistant directing on film sets. That is what I set out to do after Making the Noise Next Door, was to get on film sets, and lo and behold, it was assistant directing. That ended up being the role that I am pretty good at without realizing that I was good at it. And that feels good. And it feels good to meet other filmmakers and work with them and to realize that, okay, this is like the field I belong in.
Okay. Well, that's how life goes, I guess. But I'm glad that you are finding better peace with it and seeing things a little more clearly in a realistic way instead of an idealistic way.
I don't want to call it a mistake, but the expectation that you had with Making the Noise Next Door is that it would be the new biggest, best thing that you'd ever made, and it would change things. But to go into anything expecting this will change everything, this is the thing that I've been waiting for, this is the moment, it's not how it works. There is so much else afterwards that can happen or doesn't happen. And at the end of the day, the only thing you can really be proud of is that you finished the film, you made your film. But then you got to sit back and look at yourself and think, well, what do I really need to get to where I want to go? And I realized early on, you technically realized that it was to get on other sets and meet other people. And I pushed myself to really do that. And I'm glad I did, because I learned I was good at something that I had never thought I would be. And now I do have a clear picture. I still feel a little lost. I still feel overwhelmed, but it's all about the small steps. Just keep moving forward and consistency. And a lot of 27 was me not being consistent. What you wanted to accomplish, a lot of it you didn't. But I think there is a lot more inner peace and acceptance of who you are and how you have gotten to where you're at, and appreciation for what you've already done, because you've already done a lot. And that's something that took me a very long time to really understand, that it's okay to not always be barreling forward at a breakneck pace. Life doesn't move consistently, but if you move consistently, then that certainly helps.
By the way, can you hear that traffic outside and the sirens? Did you get that fixed?
Oh yeah, I soundproofed that shit. I was going nuts.
Okay, next question. Standout life moment of 27. What else is there?
What else is there? I mean, it's a lot of everyone else in your life, actually, that changes happen for them. You attended multiple weddings this past year. You had multiple very close friends move out of California. You finally have a separate YouTube channel that you've been managing regularly, and you still enjoy it to this day, and you've been consistent with it, something that you've really never been able to do your entire life.
Okay.
And you got past a lot of difficult times. A lot of challenging moments in your life happened this past year, but you're still here.
Right on. That's awesome.
You also feel like you are truly self-sufficient by this point. Like, adulthood's a weird phrase, because of course no one nowadays at 18 is like, yes, I'm an adult. But 27, entering your late 20s, like, okay, I'm not young anymore, really. There's no excuses now. And now that I'm 28, it's like, yeah, I am self-sufficient. I am independent. I have my life together. It's the life that I want that I have been lagging in pursuit. And there's many reasons why. And I'm still challenging myself to push through those self-imposed barriers, but also appreciating what I have now.
Okay, next question. Are we sleeping better?
I mean, you suck at sleeping at the moment because you just moved, but it's up and down for sure. Tiny bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on figuring out for the age of 27, because sleep has always been an issue for us, and I'm reaching my limits.
I'm doing sleep studies, I'm changing habits, I'm doing all kinds of things to try and figure it out. I don't know if I ever will, but more acceptance to develop.
Okay. Eventually, I guess.
Maybe.
Okay, now here's one that I am genuinely very interested in hearing. Were you nervous to answer my questions? Because for the first time, when I filmed my video answering 26-year-old me's questions, I wasn't excited as I was in previous years.
Yeah, I was nervous. Honestly, all of July, I was just kind of, I need to impress 27-year-old me. I need to feel like I've changed in good ways, that I'm doing better, and also this is going to be posted on the internet, so I want people to think that I'm doing better, and but then is that honest?
Yeah, it kind of has to do with just where are we at, like, the day or the week of our birthday.
Yeah, of course. A lot of doubt and anxiety going into it. Definitely, again, for you, you had just moved, and moving sucks for you. And that was only the first major change to have many major changes that were going to happen throughout 27.
Okay, yeah.
Towards the end of July, I started just really hunkering down and making changes and trying to finally get to what I knew I needed to be doing. Part of that was writing the script again and changing certain habits that I knew were not healthy habits.
Okay, well, I'm happy that you're in a good place right now and it's being captured on camera.
Somewhat. You got a little too much hope there, buddy. Oh, man. There is some days where everything sucks and I hate it all, and then there are some days where I'm like, oh my God, this is the moment where everything changes and everything's going to be better from here on out. And not exactly. You just roll with the punches. Take each day by day and try to get a win in there somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, day to day, right?
That's weird that you just said that. I just said that. Are we the same person?
All right, now that you're 28, what are your biggest goals for that year? Because my biggest goals currently are get Clementine, figure out my sleep issues, and overall just figure out and help my mood issues and find a better balance and stabilization to mental life.
I can say that your first goal is my goal for 28. However, I think if I had done that goal when you were around, it wouldn't have gone well. I think now, not only story-wise, this dwarfs any previous draft, but the place that I'm at in life and the resources and the people that I've met, I do think I'm in a much better place, and I have a clearer vision of what that film will be and what that film can do for me. Really, a lot of my goals for this upcoming year are around just film. I really want to get back on track with film and pursuing the career that I've always dreamed of. I think that I've felt dejected and overwhelmed by the things that I don't understand and the things that I am afraid to do when it comes to film. As a kid, I was basically in a sandbox, just playing with all the toys and free to do whatever. But as an adult, there's just so many more challenges that you need to overcome in order to make the next best thing. Because that is always the goal. Every time you make a film, you want it to be better than the last one. But I had reached a ceiling with The Noise Next Door. And now, after a year, I think I'm in a better place. I think it's getting close to time. Okay, next question.
Okay, what is something that I did that helped you a lot? Because 26-year-old me made a lot of changes in his life and kind of chose to just take life in his own hands. Working out was a smart thing. Unfortunately, I am not working out anymore, but I'm glad that 26-year-old me began that step. And I'm also glad for 24-year-old me for beginning this whole video series in the first place and asking future questions. I think I've really learned recently that it is the challenges being overcome by my past selves that lead to a better present for future me. That was a huge, crazy bar right there.
Hell yeah, it was. So what did you do? You really took risks.
Really?
You really put yourself out there to get on these sets and to just talk to people and not be as nervous about going up to people and convincing them that you're worthwhile. You've always had a problem really selling yourself. I think there is a can-do attitude that's developed over time through 27 because of life changing and challenges happening. It's like, okay, yeah, this is never gonna get easier. So I need to get better. And it's crazy that the series is still growing and that 25-year-old me had a question for me now, and I'm going to have questions for 30-year-old me and 35
I'm excited
and 40.
to get there.
Our time capsule is literally traveling through time, and it's pretty cool.
All right, final question. All of our past selves always ask it. So, It's time. How are you really?
I don't know anymore. I think I keep trying to figure myself out. And like I said earlier in this video, I overthink everything to the point where I don't do anything because I psych myself out. I need to do less thinking and more doing. What I have learned is that deep down, my true self, my instincts, the child's CA Cox 97 making the Nerf War videos who didn't second guess anything and just played and made things and just had an idea and did it. He's still there. He's still there. I think we think that we outgrow that child part of ourselves. It certainly can sometimes seem like childhood things were easier, but that's because we weren't as aware of everything going on and things were taken care of for us by our parents. Adulthood's tough. The world, I mean, I try not to be on social media anymore because the world seems to suck. I don't want to let that get me down. I don't want to let all of the obstacles and anger and doubts that the world has for me decide my fate. I think that I have been letting it decide my fate. I've been deciding my own fate by doubting myself. But when push comes to shove, I just show up and I get it done. Something about just that, gotta do it, gotta lock in. It happens. I can't quite tell myself to do it, it just happens. I need to set myself up for more moments for those instincts to get the job done. And maybe someday I'll look back and realize I haven't really thought too hard about who I am or how am I really, because I'm busy.
Awesome. Thank you for answering my questions, 28-year-old me. Have a great birthday.
Thank you, 27-year-old me. And thank you, 25-year-old me. And thank you to my mom and dad for having me. I was conceived on Halloween, by the way. Did you know that? It's true. It's true. I was always meant to do horror because 9 months after Halloween, July 31st. So there you go, internet. It's on there forever. But that concludes this birthday video. I'm going to go celebrate, have a good time, and then get right back to it.
Bye.